Beautiful. All right, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Daniel, and I'm, of course, from intuitionwisdom.com. And it is a pleasure to be with you guys today. So, we're going to be talking law of attraction, manifesting, and I'm going to do a big focus on the myths and the beliefs that we're carrying around the law of attraction, and what is required to move beyond our limitations, move beyond our blockages, and to truly allow far more into our life. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with everyone today. Now, a little bit of a quick background. I had the pleasure of being in a documentary earlier this year. Some of you may know, some of you may have even seen it. It was called Beyond the Secret, The Awakening. Now, which of course is a follow-up to the very well-known film that came out in around 2006, 2007 called The Secret. Now, many of you may have seen that. So this documentary that I was asked to come on was all about bridging the gap from what was said in the original The Secret to what people really need to know. It was about answering the questions that were sparked from that film, and I guess really getting deeper into how do I bring this concept of the law of attraction into my daily life. I mean, we had a lot of people back then talk about law of attraction. This is what's possible, and when you think certain things, you create them, you manifest them, you attract them. But we kind of came away from that with the knowledge, the awareness of this phenomenon called law of attraction. We didn't really know how to apply it. Didn't really know how to get it to work for us. So I want to talk more about what is the law of attraction and what are the biggest blockages you guys are all having out there. Now, one of the beautiful things about intuition wisdom and what we teach here is we teach people how to connect to other people, how to work with the subconscious mind of other people. So I'm not just going to be rabbiting on any old myths and beliefs that people come. I'm going to be talking about yours specifically. So I'm going to get to that soon. It's going to be all about what you believe about the law of attraction, what you believe about what you're entitled to in this life, what you believe about your reality that is getting in the way of having the life of your dreams. And even beyond that, and we're going to touch on that too, a life even better than the one that you're dreaming of. And that's a really important point. We're going to touch on that soon. So, all right, great, beautiful. All right, so let's just touch on a little bit about what is the law of attraction, just so if you haven't seen any of these things, so you have a bit of an idea. The law of attraction is really a concept that says what we experience in this life is a result of the energy that we are holding in our life. Our thoughts, our beliefs, our feelings, our memory, that what we are holding in our thoughts, beliefs, all these things is attracting or dictating certain experiences that come in or certain experiences that we push away. So the law of attraction is saying we are at cause in terms of what we experience in our life, the failures, the disappointments, the successes, the healings, the illnesses. We are on some level affecting what we experience in our life. And the movie The Secret really put that out there. It's like what you think you are drawing into your life. And so everyone became very intentional about, okay, so I'm going to start putting vision boards together. I'm going to start having wishes and I'm going to start having affirmations. I'm going to start a goal list. I'm going to start being very intentional about what I'm thinking so I create what I'm thinking, what I want. But the issue with that, and where a lot of people came unstuck, is that There's what we think on a conscious level, and there's what we think on a subconscious level. So we are creating from both of those spaces, but more from what we believe most. Now, if you look at your life, you'll actually get to see, and this is a bit of a wake-up call to us all. We are experiencing pretty much every single thing that we believe is true. So every belief that you're having since you're a child is playing out in your reality. Now, the tricky thing with understanding that concept is most of our beliefs are subconscious to us. They're hidden. We are aware of how they impact us and how they make us feel, but they're so subtle and so subconscious, we're not always aware of the exact belief. So I'm just going to take a moment and, like I said, using intuition wisdom, I can actually go in and let you guys know what are some of the beliefs that you are all holding on to. All right, so give me 1 sec. I'm going to tell you some of them. First one that's coming up is I'm not worthy of a great life. I'm not worthy of a great life. Who felt that immediately? You'll feel it. If you believe it, bang, it will have a little jolt. Okay, let me know just in the comment. Who felt that I'm not worthy of a great life? That's what we call a belief, and that's in the subconscious mind. All right, now another one that's there. Life is difficult. To get what I want is very difficult. Who's got that one going on? Who feels that? Okay, that's just two. All right, within 10 seconds, that's two beliefs that are getting in the way of the law of attraction working for you. Now, this is the thing of the law of attraction. It doesn't decide I'm only going to bring in what's good for you or what's positive or uplifting. The law of attraction is essentially the universe saying, I will mirror to you what you believe most. And that way you can see it show up in no uncertain terms how you see your reality. Okay? Next one, let's have a look. Another belief everyone's holding back out there is people don't want me to succeed in life. Who's got that one? People don't want me to succeed. And you might relate to it as a husband, a parent, society in general. People don't want me to succeed in life. That's a huge one. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's have another look at what beliefs you guys are holding out there. Everything takes too long. Time is the enemy. That's one of the beliefs. Money is hard to come by. Okay, right. So these are just a handful. Now, if I spent an hour with this, we would end up with about 150 beliefs that you are holding on to. Now, that's not, we don't want to label that as bad or wrong. It's simply saying the universe is going, well, I'm giving you what you believe. Not necessarily giving you what you want. I'm giving you what you believe most. And the universe is very compassionate. It's I'm not going to discriminate. I'm not going to judge, but I am going to show you truth. And this is the powerful thing. So the law of attraction is really the universe saying, whatever you imagine most, whatever you believe in most, I will show that up for you. And here's where the blockages come into it. We are experiencing our blockages. So the law of attraction works for good, for bad, for all kinds of things. But most of the time, rather than getting what we really want, we're getting what we believe about ourselves. Now, these beliefs, as many of you have heard by now, they've come from experiences that we had as children. We had an experience, we were impacted, and we decided something about ourselves. We decided something about our reality. What we decided in that moment was not the truth, far from it. Nonetheless, we decided that it was the truth. And because we believe it's the truth, The universe is saying, well, I'll give you what you believe is true. So that's what we're experiencing. So the law of attraction is more about not just what you put on your vision board, not just what you put in your affirmations or what you put in your goal list, because most of those things you actually don't believe in. We don't think that we're entitled to those things. We don't think that we're worthy of that. We don't think we're supported and people don't want us to succeed. So we're actually experiencing not feeling supported. We're actually getting to experience not feeling worthy. We're actually getting to experience everything takes such a long time. So now I realize that can be a bit of a downer, that, oh my God, I'm creating my entire reality. That can really sting and go, oh, everything I'm experiencing is because I have imagined it. Now, the flip side to that little downer, is of course that, hang on, I'm creating everything here through what I imagine. So if that's the case, and I've seen it, if I change what I imagine, I change what I experience. Now, here's one of the most important things to know about the law of attraction. In its simplest terms, it is you will experience how you see yourself. Not what you write down as a goal, not what you wish for, not what you pray for at night. You experience how you see yourself. Now, if we put our identity under a microscope, what we would see, all kinds of things like, I'm not lovable, I'm not important, I'm not wanted, I'm not successful, I'm a failure, I disappoint others, I disappoint the world, I'll never amount to what I want in life, I'll never achieve the goals that I want in life. We are full to the brim. I mean, we are bursting with these beliefs. We have literally thousands of them intertwined like this web, this crazy web of lies. Now, if you look at the word belief, you will actually see the word lie inside the word belief. Okay, check that out. Look at the word belief, the word lie is inside of that. And that is because every single thing that you believe about yourself is incorrect. But whether it's correct or not, we are still experiencing the sum total of all our beliefs as if they were our truth. And we're experiencing them simply because we believe they're the truth. So living the law of attraction, one of the very first things about changing what we experience and putting the law of attraction to work for us is starting to change what we believe about ourselves. Remember, the universe is this beautiful mirror, and I'll give you everything that you believe is true. Change the beliefs, and you will change your experience of life. So if you look at your life, those beliefs, I'm not wanted, I'm not heard, I'm overlooked, I'm unimportant, I'm not wanted, I'm abandoned, my body is slow to heal, everything takes time, I'm a slow learner, everything's difficult to understand. If you look at those beliefs, can you guys see how that is actually showing up in your life? You are actually experiencing those things. Take a minute and go, am I experiencing feeling unloved? Am I experiencing feeling overlooked? Am I experiencing feeling rejected? Am I experiencing money is hard to get or easy come, easy go? Am I experiencing all those things? Every belief that we are holding, we are experiencing. Now, we can spend our entire lifetime living out the contents of our mind. And I'm going to just come out and be straight with everyone. I don't know how to be any different than truthful. I'm going to come out and be really truthful. We can spend our entire lifetime experiencing every single one of our beliefs. But I'm going to tell you now, that is a complete waste of a life. And in truth, that's actually not being alive. Living out the contents of our mind is not living because it's a lie. They're non-truths. Now, the upside of that, because we are all on that journey either way, is that life is this unveiling of truth. So as we move forward through life, we are bumping into our beliefs and healing through it, seeing the truth. Having a belief, healing it, seeing the truth. So wherever there is scarcity, wherever there is suffering, wherever there is illness, wherever there is dysfunction, there is a belief present. We are still believing in something. So it's so important that you come to understand healing our belief systems is the fastest way to heal ourselves, the fastest way to heal our reality. Okay, so we change our inner reality to change our outer reality. Now, this Western world is so backwards. Everything about it is backwards, topsy-turvy. You look at people, when people want to change their reality, they go to work, they work harder, they go to the gym more, and they put pressure on themselves, and they try and strive and achieve. And all we end up with is more illness, more stress, more exhaustion, more burnout, more depression, and going, what the hell? The way to change our reality is on the inside, and that shifts outward. Because what's happening on the inside is being mirrored on the outside. Inner reality is reflected in our outer reality. Now, our inner reality is made up of, as I've said, all of our belief systems. Our inner reality is made up about our everyday thoughts, our feelings, our failures, our disappointments, our traumas, all our wounding from our life, plus all the truth, our enlightenment, our intuition, our self-love. So our inner reality is made up of all the great things and all the not so great things. So what we're experiencing is a mixture of those two. So the faster way to transform your reality into what you want is to start shedding the beliefs. Start having what we call realizations. Realizations are the fuel to personal development. They're the fuel to your enlightenment. And we have them every day. But as you connect into your intuition wisdom, that is all realization. That is no more beliefs. It is going beyond the mind and accessing truth. Truth is what heals our belief system. So it's not about having new beliefs or replacing our old beliefs. Let people talk about that. We need new beliefs. We need to replace our old beliefs with new beliefs. That's nonsense. We don't need beliefs. We don't need any beliefs, because what's happening here is the universe is saying, I will show you how you see yourself. But ultimately, I want you to see yourself as me, as everything, as infinity. Now, the universe doesn't carry beliefs. Beliefs are limitations, are fixed views, labels that hold something back that were never true in the first place. So the universe is saying, I'll give you what you want, but really what you want is to remember. Remember you're me. Remember you're free from beliefs. Remember you don't need them anymore. So we're not here to replace our old beliefs with new beliefs. And if anyone tells you that, move on. It is about having realizations of truth, coming to see who we really are, because that brings us into oneness with the universe. And that's what we're going through here. Another way of saying that is it brings us into oneness with our true self, our higher self. Our higher self is the spirit of the universe within us. All right, that's our infinite self. It is our true self. And the more truths we have, the more realizations we have, the more we are kind of dissolving the mind, dissolving the belief systems. And as we dissolve those, we become more our true self. So all those old thoughts that used to come up all the time, they start dropping away, melting away, and we're filled with this new level of thought called inspiration, intuition. And it just comes through, comes through, comes through, comes through. So the path we're all on is dissolving the belief systems to allow more truth into our life. And as we start focusing on truth, we're dissolving the beliefs. And that's where I wrote this book, Mind Lies and the Truths That Will Set You Free. That is a journey that will take you through dissolving your belief systems for you. Okay? So I've done a lot of the heavy lifting for you. We also will teach that in our programs. Okay? So after you do the Limitless You, you do Upgrade Your Reality, and we teach you how to go into the subconscious mind and dissolve those beliefs, find out what the truth is. Now, why is this so important in terms of the law of attraction? Okay, think about it like this. We attract into our world, into our reality, what we feel and think and see ourselves. So that frequency, imagine energy. So the energy that we're holding, the sum total of the energy that we're holding inside of us, the frequency of that energy, draws things in or pushes things away. To date, it's pretty much our mind, okay? So our insecurities, our doubts, our fears, our beliefs, that frequency is bringing things in and pushing certain things away, bringing in things we don't want and pushing things away that we do want. So that's kind of what most of our experiences have been made up of. But in addition to that, there are times we're in a nice, clear space and we're in self-love and we're able to let in bigger, more beautiful things like a beautiful partner, a husband and wife, letting in our children, letting in more abundance, letting in having this conversation right now. So that is part of law of attraction working for you. You're holding a really powerful frequency that this is coming into your life. So there's been times that we've brought in some amazing things and there's been times that we've brought in some not so great things. So why is this truth so important, the law of attraction? If you think frequency of energy, and if you don't quite know what that means, let's look at it like this. Frequency means how kind of high something is. If you look at the energy of hate, it's a very low frequency and it hurts the body, creates a lot of stress and illness. But if we look at something like love, self-love, the love you have for your children, it's a very high frequency and it actually heals the body. All right. And it connects us to source, to our true self. And then we have intuition on tap. So self-love is easily the highest vibrational frequency we can achieve on this earth, in our reality. Now, if we're operating at the highest vibrational frequency, then we are going to attract in the most highest vibrational frequency energies, aren't we? We operate at a low vibrational frequency called self-hate or self-loathing or any of these things where we pick on ourselves and we beat ourselves up and we're mean to ourselves and we believe all these awful things. If we operate at that frequency, we're going to bring in like frequencies, okay? So the law of attraction is saying whatever we hold within ourselves as frequency is going to be matched in the same frequency out there in the world. So we're going to attract in that same energy. So it's really important that if you want to make a shift and want to attract different things, we need to elevate our frequency to only attract high frequency experiences, okay? High frequency energy in attracts high frequency energies out there. Now, the mind itself, and don't be offended by this, the mind itself is a very, 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 very low frequency. It is made up of every single thing that is not true about you. Every doubt, every false belief, everything, every belief is non-truth. So the mind itself, and we're carrying the mind with us wherever we go, and we're going, I want this, and I want that, and I want to create this. So it's the mind creating for us. We don't want the mind creating for us. Now, here's the secret to the law of attraction. And I hope you guys are sitting down for this. Here's the secret. The law of attraction was never about you manifesting anything. All right? I'm going to say that again. This is so important. The law of attraction was never about you manifesting anything. All right? It's not about you. It's about you getting out of the way of what wants to be manifested through you. And this is why dissolving the beliefs is so important. Several reasons. The belief that that mind is who we think we are, but it's not who we are. So it's not about that person. We don't want that person doing the manifesting. It's kind of like putting some blind alcoholic in a car and saying, you drive, you take me where I need to go. Oh, okay. And no offense to blind people, absolute love, compassion. But the mind doesn't know. No disrespect to your mind self, but it doesn't know. It doesn't know what truth is. It doesn't know what's good for you. It keeps trying to fill the void. The void is, I'm not good enough. I'm not enough. I'm not lovable. So the mind is always trying to fill itself up. All right? It is empty. And if we try and create from that void, from that emptiness, guess what we create? We don't create something that fills it. We create more emptiness. And all you got to do is you look at Hollywood, you look around the world where everyone thinks, oh, if I have more fame, if I have more power, if I have more money, if I have more sex, more attention, I'm going to fill the void. But it doesn't. Because what they're actually trying to do is heal the belief. The belief is saying, I'm not lovable. So more money is not going to fix that. More attention is not going to, more sex isn't going to fix that. We're going to heal the belief. That heals the void. So we don't want the void, which is the mind, in charge of manifesting, do we? That's what's been manifesting so far. We want the truth manifesting for us. Does everyone make sense? Is everyone following? Yeah, exactly. Great comments there. So we need to get out of our own way. Exactly. So the law of attraction is really, in its essence, saying, when you get out of your way, all right, there's something within you more powerful, the highest vibrational frequency that wants to bring in more things for you. Your higher self is what wants to attract things to you. So we have a choice in life. We can kind of be stubborn and stamp our feet, throw a tantrum, go, well, I want all these things and I want to be the one to manifest because I want to see myself as powerful and I want to fix everything. We could do that. And we'll pretty much just keep getting more of the same, more of the past. Or we can realize that person that's wanting and throwing the tantrum is fictitious. It's just the mind. We go, it's the higher self. If the higher self is in the driving seat, it is the highest vibrational frequency in the universe. It is pure self-love, pure infinity. If that is in the driving seat, I'm going to be able to attract far more into my life than if I'm trying to control. We're control freaks, aren't we? We want to be in control. We don't feel safe. We don't feel secure. We need certainty. We want to control everything. But control is what gets in the way of what our higher self wants to manifest for us. We think control is the way to get what we want. Control is the way to block what we really want. Great. So great questions there. So just to really sum up, so everyone's got this clear, the more beliefs we heal and the more we bring in truth, the more we're dissolving our mind self, the ego self. So another word for the mind is the ego. I call it the mind. People don't really know that the mind is the ego. They're the same thing. Okay? And it's taken on an identity of its own. And we see ourselves as that. So the journey we're all on and the journey we take you guys on in intuition wisdom, and we do this amazingly well, and we do this so fast and so much easier than anywhere else, we take you on the journey of seeing yourself for who you are, as the higher self, no longer seeing yourself as that ego self. So we strip away these belief systems. We're peeling these layers back. And this is what I've always found amusing about personal development. People believe that personal development is about becoming better, doing more so I can become a better person. What a lie that is. What an absolute farce. You don't need to become better. You are already perfect. You are already this profound, amazing, limitless being. What we're shifting at Intuition Wisdom and this journey that we're all on, anyway, what we're shifting is how you see yourself. It's not that you need to be better, you just need to see yourself differently. So as we shift these belief systems, we're allowing more of the higher self in, and that means we're attracting from a very high frequency, and we're allowing more in. All right, so that is really, to me, the essence of the law of attraction is coming into alignment with your true higher self so that you can receive what was intended for you, not what you're asking for, because to be honest, just a little secret between you and me, what we're asking for doesn't even come close to what your higher self wants to bring to you. Say that again. What we're putting in our goals and our aspirations doesn't even come close to what the universe wants for you. Okay? We on this planet, we've settled. We have really settled. And I mean, it's sad. I mean, you look at what we've become okay with. We've become okay with cars that pollute our air. We've become okay with trees that are being chopped down for paper, for all these things. It's very sad. It's very heartbreaking. We've really settled. And where that's coming from is not because we're intending it, but that's a product of our belief systems. And this is why it's so powerful. And I get really excited by this, because the more you shift in your beliefs, the more you affect your reality, but also the outer reality of our planet. Planet Earth is saying, please see yourself as more. Please see yourself as more, because that's how you create shifts in our environment. So I'm going to share something really powerful, is the way things work in our reality. As we shift this inner reality, I mentioned that before, we shift our inner reality to change our outer reality. How it works is, as we shift the beliefs, what happens is it starts dissolving. Now, one of the first things that happens is we start having new kinds of thoughts. So instead of these depressing or insecure thoughts, a whole new frequency of thoughts happen. New frequencies of feelings happen as a result. So it affects the what's happening in our awareness as number one impact. Number two impact, as that's shifting, it's affecting our physical bodies. Okay? Our beliefs are the cause of our biggest illnesses in life. That's why doctors have no idea how to heal anything, because they don't know how to look into the mind. Okay? The mind is reflected in the body. So as we start healing what's in the mind, we start healing the body. The body reflects everything that we believe about it, everything that we believe about ourselves. So that's the next level impact. Change the reality, change our awareness, our thoughts, our feelings, changing our well-being, our health, clearing illness, clearing disease, reversing the aging process. We're not aging because of time. We are aging because we are lugging beliefs with us all through our life. It's the beliefs that are aging our bodies. Okay, I'm going to get to all your questions. Don't worry. I see them there. I'm going to come to them. I just want to get this really clear for everyone. So as we change our inner reality, affects our thoughts, our feelings, and then our bodies. Okay, now the next thing it does, it starts affecting our relationships. How people are interacting with us, how we're interacting. All of a sudden we find we're not reacting to the same comments. We're not reacting to the same judgment, because we're not carrying that judgment in here. All of a sudden we have a deeper connection with our children or our husband or our wives, because we're not feeling unloved. We're not feeling unwanted, overlooked. We've healed that within ourselves. All of a sudden we've got a deeper connection, a greater intimacy. All the problems that we are experiencing on the outside of us are the problems that we have on the inside of us. Whether it's intimacy, financial, whatever. Then it goes beyond the relationships. It goes into financial opportunities. All kinds of different things that start happening. How we're able to heal people. How we clear ourselves also gives rise to new healing abilities, because our reality becomes bigger And in our reality, more things become possible. So if we're working as practitioners, if you guys come on and you do our intuition wisdom practitioner training, you learn how to be a healer and an intuitive coach. The more you clear within yourself, the more you're affecting that person's reality. Because in our reality, we're bigger. We see ourselves in this bigger light so we can heal more. Then it goes on into the world around us. And our energy starts affecting consciousness throughout humanity. So if you want to change the way the world is, Michael Jackson said it, look at the man in the mirror and the woman in the mirror, of course. So changing our reality inside is what creates huge ripples that changes our entire experience immediately on a global level. All right, so I've got some questions here. I'm going to look at those. I'm going to answer some of those. All right, let's have a look what everyone's written here. So we've got something from Kat here. Thank you very much for writing. All right, so the clearings and raising our vibrational frequency will shut the mind out and up. Very good. How is the ego involved and how is it a separate issue? So I believe I covered that before, but just to touch on that, the mind and the ego are one. They're not separate. It's the same thing. We've just come into a society that says the mind is the source of your genius. The mind is the source of your intelligence. It's not. The mind is a recorder. All right. It's where a lot of memories are being stored. And unfortunately, as we're growing up, a lot of our memories were what we decided. We decided I'm not loved. We decided I'm not smart. We decided I'm different. I don't fit in and I need to fit in. I need to belong. So the mind and ego are one, okay? Are one of that. So the next thing that we're doing, so as we do more of these beliefs and we heal those, there's nothing really, it's kind of like, if you imagine the mind is this just tar. Tar's a good image. It's this black, sludgy tar that beliefs stick to. Now, as we dissolve a belief through truth, we dissolve another one, we dissolve another one. This ball of tar, it's almost like a rubber band ball, but this ball of tar kind of shrinks, gets smaller and smaller. So all that noise that comes from it, all those reactions, oh, this person said this, I'm offended. Oh, this person says I'm offended. Oh my God, that hurt. All these things start quietening down, that noise in the mind of I can't do this, I'm not good enough. That's coming from the beliefs that are stuck in the tar. So the more we heal that noise starts getting quieter and quieter. But I will let you know something. There is a point in your journey where that gets very loud and we think, oh my God, I've gotten nowhere. But it's not. It's like the ego gets more desperate. So it gets very loud just because you're getting so deep and you're doing so well. It's a sign that you're moving things, you're moving mountains. All right, so have I answered that? I believe I have. Beautiful. Okay, so thank you. Sonny's just giving me the question because they're all scrolling beyond me. I love that. Yes, very good. So when we're talking about goals and ambitions, I've always felt that the best goal to have is to just have higher self. Be the one in the driver's seat. Be the one that's setting all the goals for you. That one goal will achieve every other goal in your life. It'll achieve your health goals, your relationship goals, your family goals, your financial goals. So hold that one goal. And let me see if there's a good, really beautiful way to put this in words for everyone. Let me just see what will work for everyone. My goal in life is to be my higher self. I am my higher self. Embrace that as the goal. You don't need any other goal. If you want to lose weight, if you want more money, if you want better relationships, if you want to change the world, that is the one goal. You do not need any more goals than that. Okay, beautiful. All right, what other questions do we have here? Let's have a look. All right, so thank you, Karen. Karen's written a beautiful message. I actually think goal setting is healthy for the mind. Ego wants more, but the drive of the body, the soul likes goal setting, healing challenges, aka a goal. All right, so just to give a little bit of insights about goal setting. Goals can come from the mind. They can come from, I'm insecure, I don't have enough. I don't see myself as enough, so I want more. Now, if you're creating goals from I'm not enough, you are going to experience the sensation of I'm not enough. How you go into a situation in terms of creating something is how you're going to come out. So if you are wanting to come and create goals, 100%, but have it come from a self-loving space. So if you're being self-loving, you'll find that you're creating very different goals and you go about implementing and achieving those goals in a very different way. So the rule really is, if there was to be a rule, is hold a space of self-love, then see what you still need after that. And once you have that, the implementation will be gentle and loving. All right? So come from that space. So one from Tony, I was just thinking about ego yesterday being louder. Oh, that makes so much sense. I'm so relieved. How does one get the quietness back? Well, that's a wonderful, wonderful question. All right, so we've created some beautiful tools. So I really struggled with my ego for a very long time. So I started asking the universe, how do I create stillness? How do I create this quiet mind? And so I began being shown these beautiful tools, and these you can learn on Intuition Wisdom. There's a free course called Boost Your Intuition, and you're going to learn some very powerful tools to create that stillness in about 30 seconds. I mean, if you've struggled with meditation, these tools that we're going to give you are going to literally teach you how to get into a deep meditative space in less than 30 seconds. So in Boost Your Intuition and in Limitless, you're going to learn some profound tools that are very, very quick. All right? Pardon? Oh, great. Sonia's just pointing out that the link to that program is there in the message there as well. Now, just a couple of other things to help you with the stillness. There are things like spending more time in nature, getting away from social media, getting off media generally. If you don't want all that chatter and that energy coming in, don't expose yourself to the ego world, right? So it does take being disciplined. And I'm kind of feeling people go, oh, what are you talking about? You need to fit into society. You need to be able to fit in and be part of, why? Why? Why would you want to? Society is dysfunctional, right? What they need is not more people trying to fit in, but more people being enlightened and stepping away, creating a new norm, lead by example. All right, so if you want to really quiet their mind, stay away from comparison, stay away from judgment, from anything that is born from ego. Here's the thing, whatever is created from ego is going to put you into ego. If you're going to watch a lot of ego-based TV shows, if you're going to be on social media, if you're going to watch, follow politics, news, you are going to be put into ego. So if you want out of ego, you have to do things that are not from ego, that are from truth. Nature, animals has been born from truth, has been born from love. If you spend more time in that, you're going to be spending more time in truth. And this is why monks go and practice enlightenment on the top of a mountain. They're not down in Times Square. They realize that to be in an ego world is going to make it very hard to transcend the ego. Now, that's not to say you can't do it, working your normal job, but have disciplines around how much you're really going to dive into an ego world. Okay? Beautiful. What's next? What's the next question here? So if the mind and ego is a recorder, time to rewind and re-record with my truths. That's exactly right. In one sense, if we could all have amnesia, you know, if we could all just forget who we ever believed we were, who we ever thought we were, we would instantly be enlightened. Now, we teach this amazing program called Forgetting. It's part of the self-mastery. Yeah. I channeled it because I wanted to heal a lot of these memories and traumas and woundings. And it was shown to me how to actually delete a lot of these memories to the point that they have no energetic or emotional impact. So yeah, that's a big part. But you'll also find as you start healing the beliefs, a lot of those memories kind of lose their potency, their sting. They lose their sting. So yeah, we're going to clear these beliefs and kind of, in a sense, erase the memories that are not useful. And again, the ego says, oh no, we have to remember everything. Do we? Let's remember the good things, hey? We don't need to hold on to the pain and the suffering. All right, we have another question. My doctor told me, oh, I've got that on my screen here. I'm up to that one. My doctor told me my future is a wheelchair. Ouch. My ego screamed, watch me. My soul said, it's okay. You can still walk now. Be grateful for what you can do. I grew a garden and this is where I sit every day gratefully for the little things. Oh, that's beautiful, Karen. It is amazing what we can heal in the body. And in my 20 years of helping people, more than 20 years, we come against what doctors have said. They live in a very limited reality because they don't know these tools. They don't even know that the mind is creating illness. They don't even know that the body is a reflection of the mind. So in their world, it is impossible. Things are impossible. Yet in our world, we do every single day what the doctors, the scientists, the academics, and the politicians say is impossible. My children literally do what they say is impossible every day. My children can do all these things. They're incredible healers. They're incredibly intuitive. They bring through truth like they're little Buddhas. Children are so close to their truth. They can do this. You can do this too. So what everyone else in the world is saying impossible is impossible for them. But as you move beyond the mind, a whole new level of possibility opens up. All right, so Karen, I'm feeling there's a lot more healing there to go there as well. There's just a few beliefs in there about following in the footsteps of others and all these things that would be worthwhile doing some healing. You could definitely get a session with Emma or Dagmar or some of the other practitioners out there that you feel connected with. I would definitely have a look at that, or do it for yourself. Go into subconscious mind, do the training, and you can heal that for yourself. But if you do come up against blockages there, by all means, we're all here to help. Okay, so good. Emma's just put a link in there. Access the free Booster Intuition training there. Check that out. It'll give you very powerful tools to get into that instant stillness. All right, so what else? So we've got something from Kat here. So Kat's saying, so ask the universe for my truth as a blanket goal, and that will release past traumas and limiting beliefs. I love that. I love that. I love that. One of the things that I do that I carry through with me on every day is this one question. What is the truth? What is the truth about that? What is the truth? So every time I'll experience a reaction or a fear or a self-judgment, I'm always just asking, tapping in, well, what's the truth? And what's the truth? Because that brings me out of my ego space in an instant, and it brings me into healing, and it brings me into clarity. So yeah, holding that there, you know, as what I want to manifest. I want to manifest truth. I want to manifest this kind of direct pipeline of truth and inspiration coming in. That is so powerful. I love that. You know, and it's something that we teach our children, you know, if they're in a bad mood or they're throwing a tantrum or they feel upset about something, the very first thing we look at is, all right, what is the truth they need to hear? Sometimes they can get it because they tune in and get it for themselves, or sometimes we give it to them. And it's very important. Every parent, every child needs truth, and that's what's missing from kids these days, or forever, is what is the truth in the moment. And we need that as adults. So we're healing now because we never got the truth as children. We got beliefs instead. All right, so Karen's saying things are not impossible. I learned which foods are healing foods, and I'm not on medication for doctors. This is my power. Oh, I love it, Karen. Very good. That's right. So really what the universe is saying is whatever you believe is possible is what you're going to experience. So whatever you believe is true will be your experience of that. And we always see, I mean, you see this in science, you see this in the Olympics, we see this in healing. The minute somebody says, oh, well, this is what's possible, or this is what's not possible, this is the world record, or this is what you can heal, this is what you can't heal, the next year it's being broken. The next year there's a new realization. The next year science is updating what they think is true and proven. So we come back to the more I heal my beliefs, the more that becomes possible for me. And I guess that is one of the ultimate truths in our universe is the bigger I see myself, the more expansive I see myself and this universe, the more things that become possible. And this is, you know, in terms of law of attraction, one of the most, I guess, important steps is allowing, being allowing. So I want to just take a moment to talk about that because we are getting close to our time frame here. If I look at everyone listening today and what's in your subconscious mind, there are those beliefs that prevent us from letting more in. And I want to share some truths just to help open things up. The first one is when we're holding a beingness, beingness is one of your greatest tools in manifesting, in creating what you want, and living the life you want. And it's not talked about at school, and it's rarely talked about anywhere else. But beingness is the space we hold before we make a decision, the space we hold before we create something. Now, a space could be anything from, oh, I'm frustrated, oh, I'm angry, oh, I'm resentful, or, oh, I'm so relaxed. I'm really enjoying myself. I'm really grateful for this experience. I'm really in love with nature right now. These are spaces. Now, space is really important because it's a frequency, and the space dictates what ideas we attract in, whether we attract good ideas or bad ideas in, or useless ideas and destructive ideas. Space dictates how we perform something. Now, if you've ever had the experience, you're in a hurry, oh, I've got to make dinner, and you're in such a hurry or you're in such a foul mood that the food is terrible. The space dictates what you create in your meal and what you experience. Well, the same in life. We've got to be very careful about what space we're holding before we write down our goals. If you're going to go down that path, what space we're holding when we're making decisions about whether we move forward in a job or in a relationship or in the training you want to do. Am I holding a space that is going to open things up for me, or am I holding a space that just shuts things down? And this is one of the most powerful things I've ever learned in my whole journey talking to the universe and bringing through these truths is the space that we come into an experience with is the very space that we're going to exit that experience. So if we come into a relationship with, God, I'm really insecure and I'm really alone, I'm fear of being abandoned, I'll have this person, I'll marry this person. 100% guaranteed to the letter in however long, 5 years, 10 years, that relationship, you're going to exit that relationship feeling alone, abandoned, and unwanted. If you go into a business situation going, I'm desperate for money, I need money urgently, or I'm going to die, or I'm going to fail, I'm going to be a disappointment, guaranteed, 5 years, 10 years, 1 year, 6 months, 1 month, you'll come out of that business situation going, I'm desperate, I feel like a failure. You're going to leave that. So the space that we go into a situation is really what dictates what we're able to manifest, what we're able to create, how quickly. So learning how to create that space and work with that space is exactly what we want to show you guys how to do. And I'm so open and so clear to say we want you to come on this journey with us. We want you to learn what we have to share. Everything that we teach has come from me or Sonia coming up against the blockage, coming up against fear of failure, fear of disappointment, not being wanted, not being worthy, not being able to receive, not being willing to receive, illness, disease. It's been one of us coming up against some blockage and going, universe, how do I get past this? Can you please tell me? Boom, 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 boom. I write it all down. And then put that into my life, and that becomes a training. Anything, a perfect example, Sonia coming out, I'm scared to have a baby. It's going to be painful. So she tunes in how to have an all-natural pain-free birth. And she does that with both our children. I had a lot of illnesses showing up, some things that doctors say is impossible to heal, and then I should be dead. Universe, how do I heal this? Bang, it goes. So everything that we teach has come from the universe itself. It's not mind-made, okay? It's not in a lab. We don't create it using psychology or NLP or anything. Everything that we teach you guys has been channeled directly. It's what I say, going straight to the source's mouth. We want to share this with you guys if that's the journey you want to take. All right. So if you want to learn more, please click on these links. Talk to Emma, talk to Dagmar. whatever you feel you need to open yourself to taking that next step and seeing yourself as more, we'd love to take you on that journey. All right, there's a couple of little points here. Let me finish up on those. Oh, you're very welcome, Karen. Thank you for that feedback. Emma, space is frequency and dictates what you experience. Absolutely, it all starts with the space that we're in. And if you look at it now, you look at what space you've been holding throughout your life, growing up as a child, as a teenager, early adult, you'll get to see we've created what we're living now through the space that we've held predominantly through our life. So we can turn things around really quite quickly as we change the space, as we change the beliefs. So a couple of really key things I want to remind everyone of. One is there's the free training there. Check that out. That's called Boost Your Intuition. There's also our Limitless You training, which connects you directly to your higher self. Now, that is about getting the higher self in the driver's seat. You know, that is at the heart of law of attraction. There's a beautiful book that I really want to encourage you guys to read. This will fast track your journey in a big way, especially if you do the training. It's called Mind Lies and the Truths That Will Set You Free. That is basically where I found out I had a really dangerous illness, a very lethal one. And I said to the universe, well, how do I heal it? I said, get busy clearing your beliefs. So I went through my subconscious mind, and it took me about 2 years. And I went through the most dangerous, debilitating, damaging beliefs that I had in my subconscious mind that are not just in my subconscious mind, they're common to pretty much every other human being on this earth, some more pronounced than others. So please check that out. It's called Mind Lies and the Truths That Will Set You Free. And also another beautiful book that I wrote that came before that's called The All-Knowing Diary. And that's going to give you powerful insights about the universe as a greater intelligence available to you and how the body gets healed and causes of illness and all those things.
That's kind of a prerequisite.
Yeah, that becomes a prerequisite for a lot of our training. So see what resonates to you as where you want to begin. Emma's put some links up there. Please check us out. Go to intuitionwisdom.com. And it's really been a pleasure to connect with everyone here.